Poker is on fire. It's estimated that 50 to 80 million Americans play the game from casinos to living rooms and, of course, online using the internet. It's this web of information on a superhighway. Online poker is more popular than ever, with millions in cash being wagered every single day. But the question is, playing poker online? It's a good one. Is it a viable gateway to a professional career? Well, our panel of experts has the answers for you in The Loop. Before the break, we asked you if online poker players are real poker players. Well, according to our poll, 67% of you thought that online players are indeed the real deal. And joining us via satellite to help make sense of it all, we've got World Poker Tour's Player of the Year, Gavin Smith, professional poker player Shawn Sheikan, and editor-in-chief of PokerNews.com, John Caldwell. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us in The Loop. Online poker versus real-world poker. Shawn, I want to start with you if I can. 67% of our audience says that online players are the real deal. They should be treated just like real players. Do you agree?
I mean, I think poker is poker, gambling is gambling, but the people that voted, they're the ones that probably voted on the computer screen, so they probably had an edge as far as the voting went.
Well, so are they crazy, though? Let's say, your personal opinion, do these online guys stand a chance at a table with real flesh and blood players?
I don't think so. I mean, I've been playing for like 20 years, cash games, live games and stuff like that. So to me, you got to be able to see the person, the person you're playing against, and just see what he looks like, what he acts like when he hits a card, when he makes a hand, when he's bluffing. To me,
Gavin,
details are very important.
You looked a little pained there when it was said that the online guys don't stand a chance. You're a veteran of the online scene. Your chip tricks, though, are they on par with the guys at the real table? Because that's what really matters, right? Can you do the two stacks into one? Do you have all that down?
I can do a little bit of a good riffle. That's about it.
Good. Now, what do you think, though? You've obviously played online and at a real table. Is the poll accurate? Are you the real deal? Can these online guys survive at a real table environment?
Well, I mean, obviously, yes, they can. I mean, they're doing it. You're seeing some of the stars of poker now come out of the online environment. I mean, Eric Lindgren started as an online player. Now he's one of the top tournament players in the world. Patrick Antonios is another example. I mean, it's happening. It's poker's poker, like Shawn said, but it's just a different skill set for online. And it's when you get to the live game, you have to adapt and pick up the physical part of the game.
Okay, now, Gavin, some people say that the online gamers, they're too aggressive. That's their style of play. Is there any merit to that kind of a statement? Do you find that when it's in an internet setting, when it's online, when people are anonymous, they tend to be more aggressive at the table?
I think typically the new breed of online players play more aggressively than the old live players do. But I think I don't think that's necessarily because of they're coming from the internet. I think it's just because it's becoming more and more clear that aggressive poker is winning poker, and that's just the way to go. And these are smart young guys that are getting off the internet, and they're just figuring out the best way to win. Now,
John, you're a veteran of the tournament scene. You've seen thousands and thousands of games go down. Do you agree that aggressive is the new style? Is it emerging as has the style of poker evolved to where everybody is all in any chance they get?
Well, I don't know that if it's everyone's all in every chance they get, but certainly, as Gavin said, aggression's rewarded. That's the new. If you stick your chips in, there's a number of ways you can win. We see it more and more every day. These guys are going after it, and they're going after it hard.
Now, Shawn, when you sit down at a table and an online gamer is next to you, are you concerned at all about that aggression that they might have? Does that throw you off as a player, or are you ready for it?
No, I just play my hands. I just try to play the cards that I'm dealt with, and playing aggressive. Anybody could play aggressive, but it just matters of knowing where you're at. You can play aggressive all day long, but if you keep giving your money away, then you just mean really bad player. You just got to be able to lay down hands if you know you're beat and just keep taking the pots if you know you got the best hand, really.
Now,
and I think it's a bigger difference between cash game versus tournaments, too, also. It's not just online and cash, like live games. It's a big difference between tournament and cash games also, so that's the big discrepancy that
maybe a little bit of added pressure there in the tournament setting, then.
Well, tournaments, you just playing to survive and win a tournament. Cash games, you're taking shots, you're playing for real money, and just different world.
Now, Gavin, what does it take to be successful in the online world now? Because it seems that there's 1,000,001 people doing it. There's 1,001 sites to actually do it at. Is there a particular skill set that you need to survive online that is different from the real world?
Well, I think mostly on the internet, you need to. It's much more important to know the math of the game and to stick to the math of the game. because you're not having the physical aspect, so you're not able to pick up on physical tells. So I think that you need to be very solid in the math, and you need to be able to recognize betting patterns.
Now, John, is there a moneymaker syndrome going on right now with the success of these online gamblers? Have they made it seem almost too easy that anybody can win? If you know the math, you're fine, so you should show up at a table and get embarrassed at a casino?
Well, for an advertising perspective, obviously that's what they want to sell. You're certainly not going to have a commercial in there that says, come to XXX Poker and lose all your money. But that's the dream. Chris Moneymaker started it. He turned $40 into $2.5 million, and that's what a lot of these guys out there that are signing up, want to do.
Now, at the end of the day, do you think that the popularity of the online game, is it a good or a bad thing for the real world gamers, for the table gamers?
I think it's good. It gets action going. Them online, just like you said, they play real aggressive and it's constant action.
John, what say you?
Sorry?
What do you think about is the popularity of the online game, is that helping the real world guys?
Absolutely. I mean, it's bringing more and more people into the game every day, and that's always a good thing. Promoting poker is a good thing, and online does it well.
Gavin, one final question for you. Any advice for the online guy who's worried about going all in, walking into a casino, sitting next to guys at a real table? Is there one thing that they need to know that they might have learned or might not have learned, double clicking a mouse?
Well, I guess probably the biggest piece of advice I'd get them is to do the same thing every time they bet or whatever. Whether it's putting their hand on their chin or whatever and looking at the same spot on the table. I would stick to that so that you're not giving off too much in the physical aspect when you're first starting.
You wouldn't recommend the hoodie and the Ray-Ban sunglasses and the face paint, nothing like that to throw them off, right?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Consistency is key. Guys, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. To Gavin, Shawn, and John, thanks for keeping us in the loop, guys. We appreciate it.